Yo, what's up, crypto community? This is the voice of Mr. Solution. So on today's episode, we'll be looking at a simple day trading strategy that I've been using, okay, and it's been working for me. But so I decided to share it with everyone so that you can actually try it. But then I want you to understand that there is no strategy that is 100% certain. There is no guarantee that this strategy will work for you. But so the essence of sharing it with you is so that you can go back, okay, test it on your own, experiment it on as many coins as possible so that you really know if this is work for you, because as a rule, there are usually exceptions to the rule. So this is not intended to serve as any form of financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I do not carry myself as one. Okay, so whatever it is you'll be learning here, take it with a pinch of salt because it might really not work 100% for you. Okay. All right. So the simple the trading strategy that works. Okay, here are the highlights, the key steps involved. Okay, we'll be using the 1 hour chart. Okay, the 1 hour helps us to determine the direction of the trend. Okay, then after the 1 hour, we have the 5 minutes charts. Okay, the 5 minute chart will help us to determine where to enter. Okay, wait for price to return to the 50 EMA, wait for an entry signal. Okay, so let's just go there. Okay, we'll come to this after the end of our experiment. So let's just go to a live class. Let's just go to a setup. Okay, I'll be using trading view for this. Okay, I'll be using trading view. Take this out. I'll be using trading view for the purpose of the class. Trying to get trading view. Okay, this trading view. I'm on trading view now. Okay, so trading view, right? This is the 5 minutes chart, and then I want to switch to 1 hour charts. Okay, so we'll be using 1 hour and 5 minutes. We'll be interchanging both 1 hour and 5 minutes. Okay, the 1 hour chart, just as I said earlier, will help us to determine the trend, whereas the 5 minutes will help us to, get an entry and know what we should be doing. Okay, as I equally listed, we have two indicators. We have the SSL. We'll be using the SSL channel, and then we'll be using the exponential moving average. Okay, the 50 EMA. Okay, so to get these two indicators, you go to this very place, this thing that says FX indicators, tap on it. Okay, the first indicator we'll be using is SSL channel. Okay, we have the SSL channel. Okay, we have the SSL channel. Okay, I'm waiting for it to come up. All right, we have, this is the first one here. Let me start it. Okay, we'll be using the SSL channel. Okay, and then the next indicator we'll be using is the EMA, exponential moving average, EMA. That's okay, moving average exponential. It's the same thing. Okay, so we'll be using the moving average exponential. Okay, so we've succeeded in activating these two indicators, but the job hasn't ended there. We still come here to modify it. Okay, first of all, okay, I think I have two EMAs here. I have to remove this so that we are left with just one. Okay, first of all, go to this EMA. Okay, go to the EMA so that I can calibrate it to sit in. For the inputs, we have length 9, source close, and then offset 0. So this length, we are going to change it to 50. So we'll be using 50 EMA. Okay, we'll be using 50 EMA. And then for the SSF channel, we simply leave it the way it is. It's in 1010, so we just leave it the way it is. But then maybe for purpose of style, and you could decide to change the color. But me, I prefer this red and green. I like it this way, red and green. Maybe you still want to touch on the visibility, but just leave everything the way it is like that. Okay, so leave the style. We could change the style, the color of the two lines. We could change it to suit whatever color, okay, that sits well with you. Okay, for the inputs, leave it at this 1010, the period of 1010, leave it at that. Then for the EMA, okay, remember what we did was we changed it to 50. For the inputs, we changed it to 50. Okay, so initially it was 9, so we changed it to 50. For the style, okay, could just decide to maybe leave it this way, or maybe choose any color of your choice. Okay, let me change it to white. Okay, let me change it to white. That's the EMA. Let me change the EMA to white. Okay, so that's that for that. Okay, remember I said we'll be having two be having we have 2 time frames. This strategy actually works with 2 time frames. That's the 1 hour and then the 5 minutes. Okay, what the 1 hour does is that it helps us to determine the trend of the market. So we have to switch to 1 hour. If we switch to 1 hour, we'll be using the SSL channel for the 1 hour. Okay, for the 1 hour, we'll be using the SSL channel because right now, currently we are on 1 hour chart. Okay, so what that means is that we'll be using the SSL channel. So since you are using the SSL channel, we'd have to switch off this EMA, just turn it off here. Okay, SSL channel. So the way this SSL channel works is that it helps you to know those who are in charge. Okay, if the red is above the green, just as we have here. Okay, if the red is above the green, what it means is anytime you see that the red at this point, anytime you see that the red has crossed above the green, anytime the red goes above the green, it means that the market is going down, it's in a downtrend. Anytime the green crosses above the red, it means we are in an uptrend. You can see that here. Okay, at this point, the green went above the red. We had an uptrend. Then at this point, the red went above the green. We had a downtrend. Then everything flipped here. The green went above the red. Okay, and we had an uptrend. And at this point, the red has actually gone above the green. So we have a downtrend. You can see the candle. Okay, just like I said, that what this SSL channel helps us to know is to know the current trend of the market. For instance, we are not going to do anything here because the purpose of this is just for you to identify the trend. You have to identify the trend. Okay, immediately the trend is changing. That's when you're supposed to enter. You don't enter when the trend has already moved. For instance, right now you cannot do anything now. You can neither buy nor sell at this point in time. The best time for you to have done it was when it was at this point. The same thing here the best time was when it was at this point. The best time was when it was at this point. The best time was when it was at this point. So the major thing is for you to identify when these crosses are occurring. Okay, for instance, let's just go to this very one here to see how this strategy works. Okay, this crossover occurred around, okay, today is 21st November 2021. It occurred around 2 p.m. 2 o'clock. You can see that. You can see the time being indicated there. Okay, today by 2 p.m. that was when this cross occurred. Okay, so having identified at this point, so what it means is that the bears are in control. The market is actually selling. So having identified this and also noted the time, you're just trying to experiment how this thing actually works. Okay, that's just what we want to do now. Okay, so having identified that this cross has occurred at this very point. So let's now remember that the cross occurred today, that's 21st November around 2 p.m. So having identified that, we now go to the lower time, to the 5 minutes time frame, which what the 5-minute time frame does is that it helps us to know when to enter. Okay, it helps us to determine the actual point we are to enter. Okay, so we go to the 5 minutes time frame. Okay, this is 5 minutes. Remember that this is the trading strategy. It doesn't work for longer time frame. So it just works for a day. Okay, it's a day trading strategy, as I rightly pointed out. Okay, remember when that cross occurred at what point, at what time? At 2 p.m. today, 2 p.m. that's 21st November around 2 p.m. Okay, so now, like I said, that the SSS channel works for the 1 hour. What it now means is that the 50 EMA works for what? Works for the 5 minutes. So what we're going to do now will be to turn on the 50 EMA. Okay, we turn it on, then turn off the SSL channel. Okay, so we are actually working with the 50 EMA for the 5 minutes. Now, what is the function of the 50 EMA? What the 50 EMA does is that it helps us to get an entry. Okay, so we can only be entering this trade when we see the price coming to retest the 50 EMA. Okay, see what I mean by retesting? I mean touching it. Anytime it touches it, that's a good time for us to enter. For instance, it touched it here, it was a good time to enter. It touched it here, it was a good time to enter. Okay, it kind of touched it here. Yeah, it touched it here. I think it was a good time to enter as well. This anytime the price comes to touch the 50 MA, it will be a good time to enter the trade. For instance, you can see what is happening here. It's about to touch it, but it hasn't touched it yet. So that's why I said that as the market is now, you are not supposed to do anything. Just wait until, okay, your conditions are met. But then you have to understand something, that this strategy requires a lot of patience, okay? I've tested it. Is for some of the coins I've tried it on. I've gotten like 80% accuracy. Okay, I've gotten like 80% accuracy, and it requires patience. You need to be very, very patient to wait for the setup to play out. Don't rush in. Okay, don't jump in. Make sure that all the conditions are met. Follow the strategy if you want to benefit maximally from it. And also remember to use your stop loss, because like I said, there is no strategy that is 100% proof guaranteed. Okay, there's no strategy that is 100% guaranteed that it will definitely be a success. So that's where our stop loss comes in. So like I said, that the 50 MA, whenever price touches it, it will be an indication for us to jump in. Remember that in the first that the change in trend we saw occurred around 2 p.m. today. So what we're going to do now would be to take this thing back to 2 p.m. to see where that crossing occurred. 21st November 2021, 2 p.m. We're trying to get that 2 p.m. Okay, this is okay, 2:50. We are trying to get 2 p.m. Okay, 2 p.m. today. Okay, this is 2, okay, around there. Yeah, okay, so it occurred around there. It occurred around exactly at this point for the higher time frame. That's for the 1 hour. So the crossing, the change in trend occurred. That means the BS took over around 2 p.m. and currently we are at 2 p.m. The time from here, it's actually 2 p.m. So now remember that the first thing we have to do would be to wait for the price to test the 50 EMA. The change occurred at this very point. So you are not rushing in. What you'll be doing would be to wait for the price to come back and test that 50 MA. And that was what happened there. You can see that the price actually tested it back here. Okay, so it came here and touched the 50 EMA. Even though it has touched the 50 MA, still you need to wait. What are you waiting for? You are waiting for another confirmation. And that confirmation is that you need to see a bearish engulfing. Remember that at that point, market was selling. Okay, market was selling. It was in a downtrend. So you're looking for shorting opportunities. You've seen that the price has tested the 50 EMA. The next thing would be for you to wait for what I call a bearish engulfing. That's another indication that should tell you if to enter or not. Okay, so from here we saw the touch here, we saw the retest of the 50 MA. So the next thing we'll be waiting for would be to check out the occurrence of bearish engulfing so that we can enter a short position. Okay, we are looking for a bearish engulfing. Okay, I think I've spotted one. Right, okay, here it's quite close, though not actually, not totally, but it's very close to that. Okay, have something like this. We have something like this, a bearish engulfing. Okay, we have something like this. Okay, so immediately spots. Okay, this is not right. We wouldn't work with that. This is not exactly what we want. Okay, I think I've seen one. This is more like it. This is more like it, a bearish engulfing. Okay, so we spot a bearish engulfing, and then once you spot it, that's where you enter the trade. Okay, you enter the trade. Remember, this is a day trading strategy. A day trader, what he does is that he opens he flips a particular coin as many times as possible. So you're just looking for maybe 2%, 3%, 0.5%, whatever percentage it is. Okay, so you're not looking for the big profit, so to say. You're just looking for small moves. So we see this bearish engulfing, even though totally it's not, but it's very close to it. Okay, so now you take a short entry here. Okay, so the next thing would be where should you be taking profits. You could just decide to do that. Say maybe look for this swing low. Okay, identify a swing low. We have a swing low here. Okay, we have a swing low here. This point. Okay, we have a swing low here. That's take profits one. You could decide to maybe add another one here. Add another one here. Okay, that's, you could maybe put your first TP here and then your second TP here, and then the next thing would be for you to do what? Identify your stop loss. Identify your stop loss. So where should you be putting your stop loss? Let's use this. Okay, so you enter here, you enter at the formation of this bearish engulfing candle. Enter there. Okay, so take your profits to these levels. Okay, take your profits to these levels. Okay. Okay, so we have TP1 and TP2. That's take your profit at this level. Then you could decide to put your stop loss just a little bit above this, a little bit above the, that should give us something like this. Okay, if you're putting it a little bit above that, you should have something like this. Put your stop loss just a little bit above this, the next swing high, that's here. Okay, so put your stop loss at 52.096, and then we have your take profit at 51.617 and then 51.338. Okay, so you can see that it actually played out. For instance, for this very one, we had our first TP, we took profits here, then markets actually reversed, it kind of went down and then started going up again before it now hits our stop loss. Okay, then another way of setting your stop loss would be to use the ATR. Okay, to use the ATR, but most of the time the ATR indicator doesn't work for this very strategy. So what I usually do is to use this both my swing high and my swing low. I just put my stop loss, just a little bit above that bearish engulfing. That's if I'm trying to short the market. Okay, then put my TP here. Maybe if I taking my profit, I would have probably closed the market, closed the trade. Okay, remember, like I said, this strategy is for day trading, and the day trader is not looking for huge profit, so to say, looking for maybe 1%, even 0.8%, even if it's 2%. So you're just trying to trade as much times as possible. Okay, so that's that for that. Okay, so the coin we used in testing this thing is FTT. Okay, so let's try it out for another coin. Which coin now? Let's try it out for another coin. Let's try maybe BNB USDT. Let's try it out. BNB USDT on FTX. Okay, on FTX. So we'll be using BNB for that. Let's try it out on BNB. Remember how the rule works. First of all, you go to your 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame helps you to do what? Helps you to determine the trend. And then remember that in 1 hour time frame, you'll be using your SSL channel. So what I'm going to do now will be to turn off my 50 EMA, then activate the SSL channel for the 1 hour chart. Okay, I've activated the SSL channel. So what can you see now? Things are okay. I think we have a chance here. At this point, you can see this at this point that the green flipped above the red. This green line flipped above the red line, and this thing occurred at what time? It occurred exactly at exactly okay, I'm trying to get the exact time. Okay, so let's just see what happened around today, 21st November 2021, 1400. Okay, around 1400. That was when this flipping occurred. That was when the green went above the red. So 1500. So we've gotten a change in trade at this point. Okay, we've gotten this change in trade. So what we're gonna do would be to go to our lower time frame. That's 5 minutes. We'll go to our 5 minutes. Please let me remove this. We'll go to our 5 minutes time frame. Okay, to get an entry. I'm gonna remove this as well. Okay, so we go to our 5 minutes time frame. This is the 5 minutes time frame. Go to 5 minutes time frame. Remember the rule for the 5 minutes time frame. For the 5 minutes time frame, we are removing for the 5 minute time frame, we are using what? 50 EMA. Okay, so since you're already in 5 minutes time frame, we turn off this SSL channel and turn on the 50 EMA. Okay, turn off the SSL channel, turn on the 50 EMA. Okay, so this is the 50 EMA on our 5 minutes chart. Okay, the flipping occurred around 14.00, 1400. Okay, something around there. That was when it occurred. Remember what we said. First of all, you need to wait for the price to come back and retest the what? You need to wait for the price to come back and retest the 50 EMA. Okay, so the flipping occurred there, and then immediately you can see it here. Immediately we had this retest. Okay, we had this price coming back to test the 50 EMA. That doesn't end it. Another thing we have to look out for is the formation of a bullish engulfing. This is when you're trying to take a long. Okay, if you're trying to look for a short position, you'll be looking for a bearish engulfing. But if you're trying to take a long position, you'll be looking for what? A bullish engulfing. So we're looking for a bullish engulfing. Flipping occurred 1400. Okay, around there. So we saw the retest here around 1420. So we're looking for a bullish engulfing. Beautiful. So we have the bullish engulfing immediately at this point. So what you do now would be to take a buy. Okay, this is your buy. Take a buy. Okay, you enter here. You can see if you had entered there. So you have you're entering here, maybe you're targeting maybe profit to something to be at the next swing high. Okay, let's say you're entering there and then you're targeting profit to be something around this. Let me know if this thing works. Okay, this is your bullish engulfing. Where is that? 1400, 1400 around. Okay, around there. This is bullish engulfing. So you're taking a buy here. Okay, this is not what I want. This is not the tool I want. Okay, so I've gotten it. So we have this bullish engulfing here. Then you're targeting these points. Okay, just targeting the next place here. So you actually have two options. You could target here, and then here. Two areas, here and here. We target those two regions. Okay, so if you had targeted there, so you're looking at the profits margin of this level, of this magnitude. Okay, first of all, we have this. Okay, we have this. We have this margin, that's 1.30. If you from here to here, that's 1.30, and then from here to here, you have 0.46. Okay, adding 1.30 to 0.46, we should be having like 2 points. Okay, you're having like 1.76%. Adding this and this, we're having like 1.76%. If the price had moved maybe from here up to this very point, you have 1.30%. If it moves from here to this point, we have 0.46. Adding these two, we're having like 1.76%. Remember, like I told you, that this is the trading thing. So looking at a collection of small little profits, 1%, 2%, and all that. Okay, even 0.5% is still part of it. That's the essence of the trading. You're scalping. Okay, a day trader is actually a scalper, right? So that being the case, so we've seen our profits target, we've seen our profits margin, and then the next thing would be for you to do what? To get a stop loss. If I was doing this, I would put my stop loss at the next swing low. The next swing low should be something around here. I'll put it here. I'll put my stop loss here. Okay, I put my stop loss as 582.821. Okay, so far, market is still going on. It's still going well. It has hit our first target of this point. It has hit our first target of here. This is our first target. It has hit the first target of 593.089. So we are looking for the next target, which should be something around there. We should be this 595.997. Okay. So you can see how this strategy works. Like it's a very beautiful strategy. I've tested it on a couple of coins. So instead of holding it to myself, keeping it to myself, but I decided to put up this video so that it can guide you. So remember, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. So make sure you test this strategy on as many coins as possible so that you can actually be sure that it really works. And please do not forget your stop loss, okay? Because there is no guarantee that it will always work. But for myself, 80 to 85% of the time, it has always worked. But then do not overlook your stop loss. Make sure you're using your stop loss anytime you're trying to use this strategy. Okay, so that's that for that. You can just go ahead and test it on as many coins as possible. I use TradingView, okay, for it, because the normal exchange I use, that's the FTS, okay, it doesn't have this SSL channel. If I want to get the charts, it doesn't have the SSL channel chart for me, so I prefer to use the TradingView for that. Okay, so to round off, we go to some of the points involved, some of the points you need to note, some of the key steps involved. First of all, you go to the 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart helps you to determine the trend. Then you go to the 5 minutes chart. The 5 minute chart helps you to to determine the entry. Okay, remember that a 1 hour chart, you're using the SSL channel. In 5 minutes, you're using the 50 EMA. Then wait for price to return to the 50 EMA. Wait for an entry signal. Example, a bullish engulfing or a bearish engulfing, depending on the position you're trying to take, either a long or a short position, and then enter trade with a stop loss below or above recent high or low, and then take profit wherever suits you. So guys, I hope this little secret that has been working for me. I hope you try it out, and I hope it equally helps you. If you love my content, you love what I'm doing, kindly hit the subscribe button. I'll be hitting out with a lot of good trading tips, crypto trading tips. It's equally, some of the secrets I'll be sharing here equally works for both cryptocurrency, equally works for forex trading. Okay, so you can actually apply all the secrets to either forex or crypto. Okay, so this very strategy works for both forex and equally works for cryptocurrency trading. I hope this has been insightful enough. And then if you have any question, you're looking for a community of traders, I invite you to join my Telegram community of traders. I'll be leaving the link at the description section of the video. You can equally reach out to me on Twitter. Okay, the link will be there on the description, okay, section of the video. And then I hope to see you soon. Your man, Mr. Solution.